Hello everyone. Bit of a random video, but I got recommended it in my personal messages. Also ignore the teasers for upcoming games behind my head. Just focus here, not over there. But anyways, in this video we'll be discussing who wanted money more. Was it Dutch from Red Dead Redemption 2? I mean, I'm doing the playthrough right now. He hasn't gone full loopy yet. But you know, well, as to where I am, but we have seen some occurrences where he wants that money. Or introducing the next villains to appear on the channel, we have Lickboot and Aunt Figg from Tom and Jerry the movie. Who wants money more, them two or Dutch? And we'll be discussing that in this video. Dutch's whole idea about money is like, it's not really the idea of money being something to spend. It's the idea of freedom that money has, and escaping is sort of like you know, creating an excuse of why he should commit more criminal activities.
We need money! You dumb fool! Money! Or we are dead!
And then escape, flee the country, which, as we know, he never does. I mean, if you're counting Red Dead Redemption 1, but then that depends if he was in Mexico or not, which, by the looks of it, he was just in tall trees, or that area. So he really didn't leave the country like he said he would. So I think majority of the game, he's just throwing money out as an excuse for criminal activities, even though he keeps yelling how there's going to be one big score, one last score, more money, but then every other score that there is, and every other time we get more money, he then brings out this other, we need more money, here's a big score. And especially in chapter 6, because like, you feel, haven't we got enough money already? And obviously we ain't got the one in Blackwater. And here's the thing, mentioning Blackwater. See, Dutch was very clever in the fact that he didn't want to go back to Blackwater because of the attention of the Pinkertons and the agents and the police, the local police. Even though Mike kept saying he was going to go back in, no. And that completely contradicts the other two people together on this list, because as we would know if you've ever seen the film, which is considered, you know, niche nowadays, it's one of them films that your grandma would have got you, or you would have watched at someone's house and forgotten all about it. They would have just put on a fancy disguise, wear a top hat, big moustache, cane, waltz on into Blackwater to grab that money, because that's how greedy they are compared to Dutch. Dutch just wants, you know, more fun, I guess, is what it feels like. He wants to just, you know, keep up this idea, you know, they're Robin Hooding across the land, but really they're not, and it's just an excuse for him. I don't think he's, you know, legitimately greedy for money, because he keeps getting money, but it's a case of, what's he doing with it? Because spoilers for the end of Red Dead Redemption 2, when you go and kill Micah as John, you can steal the money from Blackwater, and I don't know if that's the set amount that they got from Blackwater or not, but there's quite a lot of money there. So the question is, what did he spend it on? He's living up in the mountains, so it wasn't a case of let's get money to spend, it's let's get money because that represents freedom, that represents what we are. So, you know, I think there's a very big contrast between Dutch and then obviously Lickboot and Aunt Figg, and we're going to discuss them now.
Nerd. Money's a glorious thing. When I see lots of it, I want to stand up and say.
Now we can say Dutch did some crazy things in Red Dead Redemption 2 and 1, especially with, you know, killing civilians in 1, and, you know, robbing the government and killing very important people in 2. But nothing really comes close to what the pair do in Tom and Jerry the movie. Their whole motive, and I'm not kidding, is to get some inheritance money from some random daughter, because her father could be dead and they just want the money. So that's the whole shtick.
Police find her, Pristine, or we're doomed to return to the ranks of the peasantry. And you'd better hope this rumor that dashing Daddy Starling may have survived the avalanche is just a rumor. or we'll be worse than ordinary. We'll be
Don't say it!
poor,
Penniless!
bankrupt.
No more money?
We've got to have money. The love of my life, the only true love of my life.
Goddamn plan!
Now, what kind of sets them apart from Dutch is you don't see Dutch singing about how much he likes money. You know, he's got a sense of greed about it, but they just want money. They're rich. Like, they're rich already. Figg is like a millionaire, and Lickboot is a lawyer. Her lawyer. So he gets paid quite a bit. But their whole idea is they don't want to go back into being peasants. So they sing about how much they love money and try to steer clear from that. Whereas Dutch is a peasant. You know, he's living freely with the gang and freely with his own gang in Red Dead Redemption 1. At the end of the day, I think Dutch and money, despite the memes, he wasn't, you know, going for it as much as these two. Because he didn't exactly have an idea for it. It was just sort of this thing that he was building up this whole sort of community on, and it just, nothing was really turning out about it. It wasn't doing anything. There wasn't any change. Just, I mean, it was just a way of him imagining how he was going to escape the ever-changing world because he's an outlaw. Whereas these guys, they're just doing it for the love of the game.
Money is power! If it were food, it's a dish I'd devour every hour! Money is such a beautiful word.
Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes.
Money's my passion, always in fashion. Stashing cash, cream in the cream, that is my
Money's a glorious thing. When I see lots of it, I want to stand up and sing.
Money's my favorite, that's why I crave it. Being a rich, wicked old witch. What should I say?
Money's the love of my life, the only true love of my life.
Anyways, that's about it. Goodbye.
Outrageous oodles from peaks and palms and poodles. 10 grand a day, those rich old fools will pay.